Okay, so today I'm going to talk about Illuminati secrets and also how I discovered them and also how I increase my intuition and mildly psychic abilities and how you guys can too. Okay, so first off is one of the ways to strengthen your intuition is to stop doubting yourself. Like that little feeling you get when you're around somebody that you feel is like fake or false, trust that. Like that's like your angels, your ancestors, the Most High trying to tell you something isn't right. When you go against it, you get bad results. When you follow it, most of the time, what you're right, right? Okay, so keep doing that. Me, I done been through so much that like just peeping fake stuff is like second nature to me. Like people just do silly stuff and it's like it's second nature to me because I didn't seen it before. Also, like if you know you're a real person like me, you know you're genuine, you know there's just certain things you won't do. When you come across a fake person and they do something against the grain or do something that you know you wouldn't do, that's another way to know somebody fake. That's like a little secret trick too that most of you guys already know. If somebody doing something you know you wouldn't do and you know you're real, then you just automatically know they're fake. Whatever. Okay, so now let me get into the little Illuminati secrets. One of the biggest Illuminati secrets is the secret transgender thing. It's like I first started noticing, the first time I noticed it was years ago. And it was like, I knew something was off. I seen a movie called Fatal Attraction. And it's like a white thriller movie. And I remember that the guy who was cheating on his wife I think his name was Michael Douglas. Yeah, the guy who was cheating on his wife, the person he had an affair with, like they did a close in shot of the person he was having an affair with, her face. And I was like, that looks like the face of a male, but I was so young that I didn't think that they would do that. They were saying it was a woman, so I just went along with everybody else. Okay, it's a woman, and I didn't think nothing else about it. But then later on, down the years, like I started seeing see people like Sierra, and it's like my eyes, like they can surgically, feminize the face, but the body structure is like of a male. And they'll try to say like, "Oh, she just works out." I know women that no, it's certain ways that women are developed. If whether you work out or not, it's certain ways that your body not supposed to look. It's certain ways that no matter how much a woman works out, she's still gonna have that natural structure of a woman. And another thing that kind of like really just blew it out the water and let me realize something was wrong with Serena Williams. You know, a lot of guys look at Serena Williams and they're like, dang, she fine, she got a big butt. But the face, you know what I'm saying? Even the body too, the face to me, and this is not to talk about nobody, but to me, Serena Williams kind of looks like 50 Cent with a big butt and weave. And that's just being honest. And it's like, I don't like the fact that they throw transgenders in our face and then they lie about it. If you're transgender, that's your choice. You know, this is not no bashing video or whatever to say you're not supposed to do this and do that, but you're not supposed to be secret about it, and not just secret about it because that's your personal choice too, but you putting them in our face and you trying so hard to prove it to us that this is what these people are and they not. Like for example, if Bill Clinton really is a woman from birth, like was born and they transgendered him, so that's why the childhood pictures look like they are the opposite gender. If Bill Clinton really is a woman, then that means the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal was fake. See, these people are a billion light years ahead of us, which means that like when we on chapter 3 or page 3 or whatever, they already wrote the whole darn book. Like they do stuff and then they'll already have these cover-ups so that people when people like me try to come forward and tell y'all the truth, y'all like, oh nah, they crazy. And really they looking at you like you crazy and stupid. Because they know you gonna believe anything that they tell you, and they've been training you. They've been training us like that since we were in school. They trained us that we're supposed to respect authority, that we're supposed to believe everything we see on the news. They train us to believe that they're the good guys, and they're not the good guys. Another thing is like, it's just like, I don't think you guys are at the point where you're offended. like really offended. And sometimes I downplay it just to live a normal life because all that coming at you can kind of make you go insane. Sometimes I listen to the music too. Well, shoot, not sometimes, all the time I listen to the music. Certain certain ones I don't listen to, but it's like there's no way getting around it, and that's the way they made it. It's like who's like if you don't want to, let's say you like, okay, them people transgender, so I'm just an evil, so I'm just gonna listen to gospel music. Okay, there's transgenders and evil people on the gospel music too, so it's kind of like there's no way to get around it. So in order to just deal with it and cope with it, just realize what it is and take it for what it is. Like, know what you're looking at. Like, these people, they do sex scandals and leak pictures on purpose just so with purposely showing the genitalia or whatever, just to cover it up. They do have secret surgeries where you can change your genitals. Like, look it up online. A man can get castrated and it can make his genitals look like a female, so can a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they do stuff like that. Like, for example, on Love and Hip Hop, Jocelyn Hernandez. Now we can clearly see that Jocelyn Hernandez is not a female, and everybody was saying it. And then soon after that, what they did is they leaked the video of her dancing and then showing her genitals and stuff like that. But we're clearly looking at a man. But they showing you that it's a woman by showing like they just do a lot of stuff. It's like mind trickery, and they like to cause confusion and chaos. And the devil dwells in confusion, because it's like if once you realize the transgender thing, you have to really go back and question everything. Like, for example, the whole R. Kelly thing. Like, if R. Kelly really is a woman, I don't know each and every single one of them. I just know sometimes the body structure. But if R. Kelly really is a woman, then doesn't that mean the whole like little girl scandal is fake? And that's not scary to y'all? Like, if he really is a secret female transgender, then that whole thing is fake. That's not scary for them to put all that out there, and the whole thing is fake just to cover up the fact that he's a woman. And then it's like if they doing all this, y'all don't think it's something even more scarier going on or a bigger plan? Like, they not doing this for nothing. Like, they not going. This is like Lucifer's minions. You know what I'm saying? People that are like really strong in the occult. They not doing this just for their own entertainment. It's a major plan. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that they do, like with the transgender thing, it's like, for example, I found out how Beyonce is so popular, and I used to love Beyonce, and I still look at her performances and stuff too to this day. But it's like one of the reasons why Beyonce is so popular is because she's never been doubted or questioned. She's the one that everybody is like, oh, so beautiful, blah 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 blah, and that's the one that nobody really kind of threw it out there that that's a man. You know, publicly. They done did it with Sierra, they did it with Serena Williams, they did it with Olivia, but Beyonce never been questioned. But if you really look at Beyonce, like, well, let's just keep it real. As women, when we wear stiletto, I don't wear heels, but I know when I did used to wear heels, it used to be real uncomfortable for me in the club. I used to go sit down and then take my shoes off, try to hide my feet under the table or whatever. But as a woman, and let's just keep it real, can you do a 2-3 hour concert in stilettos while singing? I mean, let's just keep it real. Women can't do that. Your feet gonna get tired. And then not only that, but every other night, and then you doing world tours? No, that's something that men do, because men have that upper strength. They have that athlete strength. That they're stronger than women. So it's like we have to start using our common sense. You know what I'm saying? And stop taking everything they throw at us and tell us. You know what I'm saying? And just taking it for what it is. No, this is really scary if you really think about it, because they're trying to create a world of complete lawlessness. And some of you guys should be offended, because a lot of you guys look at these transgenders and you're like, dang, she was fine. Or some of you play with yourself to them or whatever. And some of y'all like really just lusted after them. And you should be offended because they're really secret transgenders. Cardi B too. You know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion too. Stop playing and stop allowing yourself to be dumbed down. You know the truth. Like, for real, sometimes it was one album cover, I don't know, an album cover or something, the picture that Sierra took, and she was like, had her face like this, and her Adam's apple was showing. It's like they put it right in your face, because it's like they have to put it right in your face, so there's no way that you can believe it. Like, that's why they say it's hidden in plain sight. Stop playing, Let's really stop playing. Like you can listen to the music, but look at it for what it is. Start looking into it. Like what are they really doing? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a major plan behind this. When they and like, please stop thinking that I'm doing gay bashing videos. Because how you choose to live your life is fine. There's no sin really, really, really greater than the other. I mean, in my opinion. So it's kind of like how you choose to live your life is how you choose to live your life. But it's like, how can I say this? It's like to me, when they did the whole gay marriage thing, it's like that opened the door for a lot of stuff. It's like they made it so that anything you say, like, it's against people that are homosexual or gay or transgender, it's like offensive. It's hate speech. And that's not really what it is. It's like this is the truth. When they allow two women or two men to get married, that kind of opens up the door for lawlessness. Because if you think way back then, like, and some of you parents or whatever, or people that are like 70s or 80s babies, like back then that wasn't acceptable. It's like if you were gay or whatever, that was like a, oh no, people looked at you a certain kind of way, but now it's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of sectioned that out like that's acceptable. But it's like if that's acceptable and God said it's not, then it's like that's like everybody publicly saying don't talk about prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Let them live their life. They gotta make their money. Blah blah blah. But no, it's like they pick little certain things, and allowing two women or two men to get married open the door for lawlessness. After that, now transgenders can use the same sex restroom. After that, it's gonna be adults can marry children, and people think you crazy when you say that. But some people are looking at it crazy that two people that of the same sex can get married. It's people out here marrying dogs, getting married to trees, and it's gonna be people gonna be allowed to marry children. They're gonna call it child lovers. And if you think that's not gonna happen, you have for a big surprise. This is gonna be the new world order. It's gonna be complete chaos, complete lawlessness, like hell on earth. You know what I'm saying? And we allow certain things. We don't protest against certain things. We don't take it as serious what it is because they kind of like numbed us. When they keep on throwing certain things in your face, this is hate speech. The people are allowed to do what they want to do. One love, this and this, we should accept everybody. It's kind of like even if you don't accept it, it starts numbing you to the point where you just don't even think about it and you don't care. And that's the same thing they're gonna do with the children. And I don't really care who gets offended. I'm not gay bashing. I'm not transgender bashing. It is what it is. But the Most High says it's an abomination. And I know I said one sin isn't greater than the other, but it is kind of like one sin is greater than the other. That's like somebody murdering somebody and somebody stealing a piece of bubblegum from the store. That kind of doesn't, equal out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if God made the Ten Commandments and he calls certain things such as laying with a woman or laying with a man an abomination, that means he separated it and he's saying he really detests it. That's like out of there. He doesn't accept it. So we have to stop playing and stop trying to sugarcoat stuff. Because when the world ends, it's like whether you offended or not, God ain't gonna care if you offended. His word says what it is. So we have to stop playing because these people have a major plan to end the world and to take us out. So we need to take our little time studying more and focusing on what's more important. Like, how are we going to survive this? If you don't plan on taking a chip, how are we going to survive? How are we going to live? Because it's finna get serious out here. So we have to get our minds right and get ready for war. So let's stop playing, guys, and start acting like spies and investigators. Let's look up stuff. Let's start finding out what's really going on. Look up what states, what countries are taking the chip right now. Start stacking up on tissue and soap and stuff like that. Gas if you don't plan on taking the chip. Food, survival mode. Because you're not going to be able to stay in your home and just not take the chip. They're not going to be like, okay, just let them slide. No, you're going to have to be on the run or maybe hide out. It's going to get serious. Even me, I'm trying to train my mind to get more serious. Because there's a lot of stuff that I know that I have to be careful. You have to be really careful what you say online because then you become a target. You know what I'm saying? So do your own investigation and trust yourself. You can never go wrong if you trust yourself.